Hello, welcome to History B352, Europe in the High and Later Middle Ages. I'm Professor Eric Sock. I'll be teaching this course, and this is not the first lecture. This is simply a welcome and saying hello, and how to get started, basically. I will be uh, posting an announcement saying the first thing you should do is watch this welcoming video, um, and then go from there, basically. The first lecture, week one, lecture one, will be going over the course. So that's not what this is. This is just, again, to say hi and how to get started. Since this is a 100% online asynchronous course, sometimes it's good just to make sure that we know what's expected and where to start. So the first thing to do is watch this video, and then to read through the syllabus and the introduction to the course document. I probably should have put the introduction to the course document as part of the assigned readings for week one. But the idea is that you will read that before the first lecture you get going on it, because that is a really important document. The syllabus and the introduction to the course document um, are very important for the course, because there you will find what you need to know, what's expected, what's assigned, um, and all those kinds of good things. So that's the first thing to do, basically. There are two textbooks, or actually one textbook you'll need to purchase for this course: William Jordan's Europe in the High Middle Ages, and then The Romance of the Rose. Those are on the syllabus. And I say two, I think probably getting them through Amazon or online somewhere is better than through the bookstore. I have submitted the request for the bookstore, but so often the bookstore is not all that reliable and often charges more than you can find the books other places. But they're not, as I say on the syllabus, I give the prices for both, and they're not very expensive. All the other readings, and there are a significant number of readings, are posted in Canvas, and so are available to you. And once this course is published, and if you're watching this, the course has been published, um, you have access to all the readings, the suggested readings. I talk more about the distinction there between the assigned readings, required readings, and the suggested readings in the introduction to the course document. I'll probably be saying something more about that in lecture one as well. But you can kind of get going as you would like. Please note that as an online 100% asynchronous course, the positives of that is that you can do this on your own pace at your own time. There are firm deadlines for the midterms, the term paper, and the final. Those you have to be aware of and you have to meet. And I address that again more in the introduction to the course document. But aside from that, you're welcome to do things as you best see fit. And we'll talk more about that issue in time management in the first lecture as well. The other thing to do in terms of getting started is to introduce yourself. There is a discussion post in the module Welcome and Getting Started. It's called Introducing Yourself, and it's a discussion. And they're just, it's not a requirement. No one will fail if you don't do this, but it's nice to kind of introduce yourself to your fellow students, because even though this is an online course, we are still somehow a community somehow, and this gives a chance to see, and also to me, to say, hey, this is who I am, and this is why I'm here, etc. Be polite, and we'll go from there. I've introduced myself with my self-introduction document, and then also with my CV, which is an academic resume. I think it's always very important that you know who's teaching you or who's lecturing at you or whatever the issue may be. So give you a little introduction to myself and then my CV. And so if you can, chime in and introduce yourselves to me and to your fellow classmates, even though this is a virtual classroom, so to speak, that we'll never be meeting all at once. That will be great. That will be great. So, with that being said, I think that's just about it for the welcoming. I'm very glad you are all here. I'm looking forward to this course. This is definitely right in the center of my area of specialty and research. So I'll be bringing that to you a fair amount. and we'll go from there. Okay, I hope this will be a good semester, and I know the class is full, which is great. For whatever reasons you registered for this class, I'm glad you're here, and I hope it will be a good semester. So that being said, um, welcome, and I will see you shortly again with week 1, lecture 1, which is kind of going through the class. Okay, thanks so much. Bye bye.